Hello everyone, this is John Barton from JB Cases. This is our weekly showcase for the week of April 1st. and I do not have an April Fool's joke for you, so sorry about that. But I wish that I had my case that I just received from Timu, or is it Temu? I don't know how, or T. I don't know. I forgot how they pronounce it. They spent $8 million on the Super Bowl ad or something, and then told us all how to pronounce it, and we just call it what we want. Um, anyway, because I think that case looks sort of nice, but it is definitely an April Fool's joke on whoever buys it. So, but I do not have it here, so I cannot show it to you. So today will just be a straight, regular, no joke weekly showcase. All right, here we go. First case I have here is a sublimated printed case. This one is a 2x3 with lightning on there. So all these images on here have been sublimated, so they're part of the fabric. And this one, the customer's name is Storm, or they put Storm on there, so it seems fitting. 2x3 with backpack straps. White stitching, slate gray, black pocket sides, and a gray 2x3 interior. There you go. And let's see here. I'm going to try something here because this camera seems far back away. Okay. Next one I have here is a 2x5, 3x4 black with olive pockets. And I think that says BCA MF on there, with backpack straps, green stitching. You can barely see the green stitching. Let me see if I can show it to you. There, you can get it up close. It's kind of a sleeper. Now, this one has a blue interior. Some people like the blue interior because they say it hides the chalk. I would recommend when you put your queue in, if you're really worried about chalk and stuff in there, just take a moment to just make sure that your cue gets inside the actual hole and then goes down, and then the foam rubber will center the shaft, so it just really goes all the way to the bottom in the center and doesn't rub chalk along the sides. So really your interior should stay relatively clean if you just follow that simple practice. But if it doesn't, then you can always, I always recommend people can vacuum it out. You can pull it up and vacuum it. Okay, this one is a 2x5, 3x4 in a, I guess we would call this a double tweed. So you have this green material. It's got like green and yellows in there and it looks really cool. And that is accented with this black kind of a basket weave looking tweed on here. It's all woven material, and this has a taller lid, which I think probably has a magnetic pocket in the lid. So there's the interior, and then the lid works like this. You just simply do that, and then you have a little compartment in there where you can put other small stuff. So there you go, very cool. All right, next one we have is an all black 3x6 with the exception of the name, which is says Phil on there, so everybody knows who's coming. This one has a single strap. And you'll notice with the single straps we have a larger D-ring right here. So if someone did want to put a second strap on there, they could easily do it, no problem. And this one also has a taller lid with a green interior and a magnetic compartment. There you go. All right, next one we have is I have a black and teal 2x5, 3x4. This one has a skeleton hand, and I think it says Cali right there. Has teal stitching with backpack straps. Also a 2x5, 3x4 with a light blue interior. There you go. All right, next one we have here is a hybrid. Oh, it's not really a hybrid. It's a this is a case for breakshotbilliards.com, probably one of their sponsored players here. This one is red black and red with red stitching, as you can see. Now check out that embroidery on there. It's just so weird. Okay, there it is. All right. So nice that embroidery is. And then on the back here we have name. This is for Kyle Jansen, or Jansen's Kyle. I'm not sure. If we ever put this on the wrong direction, you guys can just switch it very easily. So our straps are real easy to switch. They just snap right here. They have 2 snaps right here to undo it, and then right down here we have a clip-on ring. And by the way, if this clip-on ring ever breaks, then all you really have to do is just undo it with the snaps here, and you can thread it through the D-ring at the bottom, and then you don't need the actual swivel clasp, which by the way we would replace to you if it breaks, because that is one of the things that is warranted. But as it goes, if it does break, then you can still have a useful strap. Okay, as well, what I tell people is sometimes if these things break, these are fairly easy to find. You know, you can go to any thrift store and get a bag with one of these clips if you need it. So if you don't want to wait for it to come from us, you can easily replace it. They're fairly cheap. But you can usually, most people have like extra bags and stuff at home that have such clips on them, and you can just put one on. This also has a taller lid with a 3x6 interior, and again another magnetic compartment. Now this one has a clip-on towel ring, and it's right in there for safekeeping so that the person can clip it on wherever they'd like it to be. That's in addition to the towel ring that's already on it. So there you go. All right, and this also, as I should have told you, this has leather handles. So our leather handles, by the way, are extremely comfortable. There's nothing on them that is set to hurt your skin or cut into your fingers. So a lot of times when people build these handles, they actually leave the leather in such a way that it actually has a sharp edge to it, or an annoyingly sharp edge. So when you're holding it, you constantly want to shift because it's cutting into your skin, you know, or it's impressing. So right here, you could just hold it forever, not worry about it. You don't have to worry. You're not going to need to shift it because it's well balanced. And also, it's not hurting you or cutting into your hand in any way. Same thing here. So if you're sitting here holding it like that, you're not always constantly moving your hands. That's an important part of ergonomics and part of what we do. It's the little things that we think about just to make it more comfortable for you. The other day I sold a guy a case, and he's an old school guy, and he came in. The first thing he did was he goes like this. He put the case on his shoulder, and he goes like that, and he started standing like this. Like literally, that's how he was standing there talking to me, like this, with his shoulder up like that, because he was so used to having to keep the case on his shoulder where he had to tilt his shoulder like that. Now I might be a little bit exaggerated here, but it was basically like this, you know. And I told him, I was like, dude, just relax. I said, just relax, take the case. And this one, I'm not even pulling this down all the way yet. But I'm saying, you know, I'm not adjusting the strap, but I'm going to show you what I do. Just take the case, put it into your neck right there, like this, and then just let it fall. And then just stand there normally. That's all you have to do. So you see here, I'm just standing here normally. Case is staying on my shoulder because it has a suede non-slip pad right here. I know this is difficult to see in the it's difficult to see that, but basically this is chosen because it grips the cloth here and doesn't move, and you can just walk around like this. You don't have to hold it extra. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this, you know, and it just stays right where you put it. So that works perfectly in most situations. The only time I found where it's a little bit funny is if you have like a super slick jacket or something like that, you know, and but most of the time, I mean, 99% of the time it works dead perfect. And then especially if you have the backpack straps, well, now you can just wear it on your back, and then these are extra comfortable, so it distributes the weight well, doesn't pull on your shoulders, you know, it's split, so that's the most ergonomic way to do this. And it just works better. You know, I've studied this. I've studied like what what mail carriers use, what backpackers use, hikers, and so on. Um, and I just chose the best practices from those guys because they're the ones that are carrying a lot of weight, and if it works for them, it works for us, and in fact, it does. So, okay, last case I have to show you is a really cool, for the weekly showcase part of it, is a really cool leather 4x8. So this is oil tan with a veg tan inlay here. So you can see we've got a full inlay right there. Very nice. And then this has also tooling on the top right there. And then we have laser engraved the name right here on the side. So you see that. Mr. Michael Reddick. And another thing that we did here that's neat is he specifically asked for a small pocket here just for chalk. So this is as wide as the other pockets, but it is set up just for chalk there. So I don't know if you can really see that, but there you go. With a magnetic flap, so easy to get to the chalk. No problem. These have wraparound zippers, which we invented. So you have your nice 90-degree corners here, and then you can wrap the zipper around. You can easily get into the pocket and see everything. Here's another example of a clip-on towel ring in brass. You'll also notice that this case has brass fittings on it, so it matches the brown very well. Gives it a nice classic look. And of course, this one also has the magnetic puzzle latch, which we call that, which we also created, and 4x8 interior in red, classic red. Then we have here a jump cue compartment with a padded compartment in here for a jump cue or an extension, as well as we have a full wraparound zipper here for easy access to all the contents of the pocket. So there you go. And this one is set up for, as you can see, this one is set up for a right hand or left hand carry right there. So the handle's on the other side, so the gentleman can carry it on his hand. As opposed to other cases, the majority of the time the cases are set up for a right hand carry, which is like this. So you carry it right, and then if you want to carry it on one shoulder, you'd put it on your left shoulder normally. And this leather case here is set up in the opposite direction. Of course, it also has backpack straps, so obviously it can be worn across both shoulders. So there you go. That is the weekly showcase for the custom cases that we have right now that we're sending out. Now I'm going to take a few moments and I'm going to show you some interesting cases that we have for general sale. These will probably, some of them will probably be going up on the website, and if not, then we'll be presenting them in our live sale here in a few weeks. But at any time, you can just send us a message or call us up, and we will be happy to send you pictures of what we have in stock and help you get into that case if you want it. So first case I have here is a red, white, and bluish case. This one is actually kind of navy blue and maroon with a American flag, a big American flag on the center pocket. This is a 3x6 with red stitching, navy blue. There you go, that's very nice. Now cases like this, when we do cases like this with some embroidery on it or something, generally it's not something we just make up just because. It's generally an order where somebody changed their mind and changed their design somewhere in the process, so we just decided to go ahead and finish it or use the parts that we've already done. So that's how they end up kind of being for sale. So this case is, you know, at the moment a one of a kind, or one of a very limited amount. So here's a very nice leather case. This one is kind of a textured oil tan with veg tan combined. And you see it's got these Sheridan tooling accents on here. Sheridan tooling refers to this particular style of tooling these flowers. So they kind of have an upturned look to them, and you can see the petals and everything. Obviously a magnetic flap as well. Look at the top here, you can get a little bit better appreciation for the tooling. And this has a maroon 3x6 interior. There you go. Then I have one here. This one has a beautiful crocodile print with a really nice structure to it, with some tooling on here. This is very nice accent tooling going on there. And of course this also has a magnetic flap and a 3x6 tan interior. There you go. Then if you like leather and you want something a little bit more simple, this is our Mason style right here. So this is a 2x4 Mason. So it's or it's 3 butts and 5 shafts, or 3 butts and 6 shafts. I'm not sure, but I think it's 2x4. This one is a lightweight case. It's a semi-hard, so you can kind of squeeze it a little bit here, but it does have structure. And I said it's a 2x4, 2 butts, 4 shafts. Magnetic flap on top, magnetic pocket here, and then of course our wraparound zipper here. So we have that one. We have another one here that is similar but has a little bit of tooling on it. You know, just to give it a little bit of color, a little splash there. And that one is a 3x6. So there you go. All right. Couple few other interesting cases to show you guys here. We have, this one is really neat. This is a lizard print leather, full leather case right here, and then we have a fully stitched back. This is also a 3x6 with a gray interior. Okay. We got a bunch of digital camo here, so for those of you guys that are always asking us about digital camo, we got a bunch of those here. This is 3x6 as well, in the desert camo style. I'm always pushing to do more camos, so you know I'm excited when we get a batch in. So there you go, for you camo guys out there. We currently have it looks like at least 6 or so different camos. Okay, what's another interesting case I can show you real quick? This one's really cool. This is a 4x8 with a very rare oil tan. The blue on this, the solid blue, is oil tan. There you go. And this is combined with like a really dark navy blue, tooled. So you can see we got these flowers and leaves here. Really neat. That makes for a very pretty case. Let me get that out of your way so you can see the full case. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Now this is a 4x8. And there you go. You can see the interior there. The Ultra Pad. Always remember, I don't know if you can really see that. Turn it around. There it is. That Ultra Pad right there indicates, that's what indicates that the interior is really a JB interior. There's a lot of folks out there that will copy the look of our interior, and then strangely enough what they do is they'll do padding at the very top where you can see it, but then if you were to take the interior out, which by the way their interiors are not removable, you would see that just below that part where there's padding where you can reach in and feel it, it's just thin nylon or something, you know, it's very thin. And a lot of times it doesn't even extend all the way down. So, you know, that's a corner that they cut that's actually makes the case more dangerous for EQ than if they didn't do any padding at all. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about it right now. So just, you know, like I said, if you want to see what we've got, just feel free to text us or send us a message, contact us, and then let us know what size you're looking for, and we'll be happy to show you the cases that we have. We are doing our best to try to keep things up to date online and make sure that the cases that are in stock stay online. And if you don't see anything you like here and you can wait a little bit and you want to order a case that is exactly designed to your specifications, then you can go online, go to our website, jbcases.com, go to the online designer, and from there you can then design the case to your heart's desire. You can do as many versions as you want. Whenever you're ready to hit the buy now button, you just go ahead and buy it. That starts the conversation with us, and we will confirm it. And once we've confirmed the design, we'll start the build, and we'll show you pictures along the way as we build it for further confirmation. And then when it's finally done, we'll do one last inspection, and it'll be on its way to you. Okay, so that's it for this week. Happy April Fool's Day. I hope that that all the April Fool's jokes that you experience or do are all taken in good spirit, and you guys have a great day. All right, bye bye.